Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We're focusing on that argument. They took it a step further by both of them released details and documents of what they earn. Let's start with that of the governor of Kaduna State. He's gone ahead and released details about his salary. He said in February 2017 he was paid a net salary of 470,521.74 kobo. So that's what he was paid for the month of February. So looking at this now, from your perspective, you think that, yes, let's now flip to, can we flip to that of the speaker, who also released his own slip showing us what he earns. And in this particular one, what the speaker earns, it's a little bit far from me, but 207.
Yes, 276.
276,577.87 kobo. So both of them releasing their salaries. Do you think that this in any way addresses the issues?
Chamberlain, some old people call you 3 times and say, how many times did I call you? And you answer. You want me to begin to jump up because of what has been published? If you read the minutes of a meeting, did it record the eyes and the laughters that took place during the procession or proceeding? Salary is immaterial. In fact, some governors in the past have gone ahead to say, I am donating my salary to charity.
We heard that.
I think we should take the case further. Let them publish their income.
Income comprising?
Their income as governor and the legislator. Their income. Do you understand? And then segregate it by heads. This is by allowance, this is by gunje, this is by this. There are different heads to the income.
The gunje.
Gunje. For example, we know that when people do contract, it doesn't just happen like that.
But that's not a legitimate earning. How can they publish?
Yeah, that's what I said. The income should capture everything.
Are you saying
not
that,
the salary? The salary component is, on the face of it, a legitimate. People have been clamoring allowances. I'm not even so bothered so much about that allowance. I say income, total income as governor or legislator or chairman of local government, and put the heads under it if we are talking about transparency. In fact, this discussion should not be holding under a government that says it is fighting corruption.
Why?
Under Buhari, this is a pedestrian level of argument, so rudimentary in the fight. Do you understand? We should have taken this thing much higher. In any case, I said here sometime much earlier in this administration, when everybody was so excited in a hilarious outing that we are fighting corruption, I cautioned that in the streets of Lagos, where you hear only thief, 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 that's when stealing will actually take place. Because many people who own property will be looking for the thief in front. But the ones shouting thieves are really the thieves. They can even walk into your kitchen, have a good meal, take some drinks, and walk out unchallenged. We have been seeing snippets of information about the monumental corruption going on, still in government. So many people have been fingered. We shouldn't have been the case. Because it seems now that people have gotten used. It's just like somebody who entered a hot environment. Initially, he will be fanning himself, removing his jacket, being so restless. When he acclimatizes, for good or for bad, he sits down and begins to look at how best he can exploit what is available there to give him. In fact, some people joked that when they say that hell is so hot, because the majority is destined to that place, that they will quench the fire. But that is just talking in a pedestrian way. But that is the concept. People who have ingratiated themselves in the art and technology of corruption.
Well, you talked about publishing their income as a suggestion to really see the true picture of what is happening about the monies that are going on in the government. Why would you connect that to constituency projects, for instance, or the projects that have been done by the House of Representatives?
You see, I am not talking about El-Rufai or Speaker Dogara. I'm talking generally. When you talk about the constituency fund or allowance or whatever, if you publish your income, we see whether you chop the money or whether it was, well spent on the project. Because if you have children that attend school, their turnout will show your level of income or how parsimonious you could be as a parent. You may have so much money, you are looking to buy a helicopter when you have not given lunch to your family. That means it is not so much about poverty in a relative sense. Your children are turning out very tattered. Yet the other family is scrounging existence, but their children turn out well. It's a matter of your philosophy of life. So if the constituency allowance is allowed to trickle down to those for whom it is meant, you will see it. You see it in the communities. You see it in the face and the welfare of the people. You will see it. You don't need to come to the TV to pay or show that you are giving somebody sewing machine, a graduate. You donate sewing machine. Is it? That is monumental insult. You don't want him to grow beyond the level of a tortoise. Tortoise has been stagnated, can never grow again by nature. No matter how. That is the way they want these graduates to remain. Okada, Kekemara, and they are jumping up and down because...
What should the state governments and the National Assembly do about the autonomous clamor for the local government?
They can't do much because that is the source from which they get all those extra money they spend. You see, except the people take governance, you just in simple marketing. It used to be the suppliers market. Essential commodity, you tell people to queue up. With their money, they suffer. Okay? But now, it has become the consumer's market. They say consumer is the king. If there is no demand for a product, that producer is wasting his time. There is a global demand for good governance. But it has not trickled down to this side in spite of the proselytizing effect of globalization. Some forces are holding Nigerians back from demanding for good governance. But it's just like when you bottle gas, any day it escapes, the entire place will be erupted.